Divine greetings and gratitude. If you are new here, my name is Nuna. I am the writer, the poet, the witch, the seer, the sage, the wise woman of the Saiyonan archives. Welcome to your new spiritual safe haven. And if you are returning, hey family, welcome back to our sacred space. I'm always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. I am going to be doing a channel. I have no idea what is going to come through. I have no idea what spirit has in store for us, but all I know is that I was told to open myself up as a channel to relay any messages that you all may need to hear right now. So if you are tuning into this, then these messages are very specific for very specific people, and I'm going to allow myself to finally catch it in real time on video. And yes, so I'm going to go ahead and do that and just have a conversation. I know that the last video we uploaded, it had everything to do with the Pisces full moon that we have coming up and things like that. So I do feel, I just heard the words open yourself up as a vessel, which I've already done. But I also feel that there may be someone here who isn't intuitive themselves, who pulls their own tarot cards, who may seek other seers and things of that nature. But what I'm hearing is that you yourself are also a natural born seer, and that is the reason why you and I have crossed paths. I feel that for some of you, your path is only going to be with me for a little while. It will not be with me for the long run, and I'm okay with that. I honor that. What spirit is saying is that for some of you, you are going to be here for a very long time, and for some of you, what I'm hearing is that I may see you in person. So to be open to that, I don't know the reason why, but there is a familiar stream of, I just heard that there's a stream of lineage that we may have, our souls may have crossed at some point, and now you're here karmically receiving something from me to give to you to set you off on your journey. What I'm also hearing is that for some of you guys, I may very well receive something from you, whether it's through a comment or whether it's through an email or whether it be through something. There's something that you may say that may awaken something within me, or even may allow me to remember something as well. There's the streamline. I'm hearing like I just heard like the word like I'm hearing now like telekinetic, like their telekinesis is what I'm hearing. Some of you guys may be getting into that. I'm also hearing that there's this telepathy, like there's this really strong mental telepathy that we've got going on where, or not us, but like, or well, maybe us. Like I'm hearing that for some of us, we do have a telepathic link. I don't really know how that works. My rational mind and my logical mind want to take over, but I have to completely bypass it. So forgive me if I'm kind of rambling and if I'm just kind of saying a bunch of nothing or what sounds like nothing. It's because the way that I process is I'll receive a channel and then my mind, my rational mind tries to interpret or intercept without letting me fully receiving everything that I need. So I'm going to go ahead and continue talking, and I'm going to do the best that I can to not edit anything out. I'm going to just allow it to flow. I just seen a white rabbit for someone, and I'm seeing someone come up to it with a gun, and then with that, and I'm not promoting harm or violence, but what I am seeing is that instead of them shooting the rabbit, what they're doing is that there's this man, he's got on like jeans. The jeans are a little bit dirty. He's got a hat on, and he looks melanated, and instead of him shooting the rabbit, he just kind of looks at it, and he like walks away. I just heard, spare me. There's something where someone may have wanted to do something. They saw an opportunity to do something to someone despite what this thing was out of survival, but instead of them going for it, what they did was they saw, okay, maybe not this time. There's something about this white rabbit and someone sparing it, and yes, this white rabbit has red eyes, absolutely, and I feel like there's something about this rabbit that this person, I just heard purity. It's because this rabbit, you, the rabbit, are pure, and because of that, you will always be protected. Your spirit animal may be a rabbit, or you may have been seeing rabbits a lot recently, or you may have been seeing something, some type of like fluffy or like stuffed animal or like stuffed bunny, or there's something about like bunnies and rabbits specifically, not hares, although for some of you it very well may be, considering the fact that this is YouTube. It's an open, it's an open field here, but it's specifically rabbits and like stuffed in like plush toys and things. I just heard Tamagotchi. Why did I just hear Tamagotchi? I'm not sure why, but that could be for someone. But anyway, there's something about this rabbit and someone not actively not doing this, even though they know that they could. But there's also, I just heard the word consequence, because for whatever reason, they crossed that one rabbit, and it's like, okay, if I do this to this one in particular, I just heard that you're marked. I know for a fact that there is going to be some type of energetic consequence. I can't explain it, but I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to allow that to be what it is. And then the rabbit kind of goes and hops away unharmed. And it's interesting because I just heard that this gun could easily shoot something at point range, or it could shoot at a far distance. But this person, out of like, I don't know, for whatever reason, like out of resonance, I guess, it goes up to it and it doesn't harm it. So you could be someone who was always made to feel very vulnerable, and you may have either charmed yourself. I feel like this could be coming from a different reading that we just did, where it was something about someone like being charmed or like marked. And I feel like it's because of this marking. You could have a tattoo. You could be someone that just simply is marked. You may, I just heard the word diosa. You could definitely have some type of deity that watches over you. You are protected, but I just heard that you're protected by the snake mother, or you're protected by the skeleton mother. That's really interesting, and I'm getting chills as I say that. There's something about like skulls. I know exactly what that is. That sounds like Santa Muerte. That's exactly who that is, like without a doubt. Like without a doubt. Some of you are her devotee, I believe. Yep. There's something about you going to like your altar and talking to her with the utmost respect and like letting her know what's been going on. She's wanting you to return to the altar. For some of you guys, some of you are a panther spirit, and some of you Mesoamerica jaguar. Just pick whichever one. I just heard spirit say you're here to spread your message. Spread the message of hurt and pain. Connect with your tribe with their hurt and their pain. This is not the same as trauma bonding, but this is something about you storytelling. You may be a storyteller, and you're now here to start sharing that story with the world. You're here to start sharing some type of teaching in your own way. And I'm also seeing like someone make like beads, like they're crafting, like they're handcrafting like these beads, like they're taking a needle and then like they're just kind of putting beads on it. I'm seeing at like first person point of view where someone's like braiding like a little girl's hair, and they're putting beads on the little girl's hair, and on their right hand they've got like this turquoise looking like these beads, like this bracelet, but like it's like the little balls, like the little crystals around in this like turquoise. I'm also seeing some are black, so I'm guessing it would be obsidian at that point. I'm not sure. Pick your, take your pick. But what it feels like is, and also, yes, I know that for some people you may be like, oh, this is bullshit. Yeah, no, it's not. Like, I'm not going to come on YouTube and bullshit you at all. Trust me. But I do feel like whatever this is, I just heard like a little girl, like a little chocolate girl or something like that. And there's something about innocence. The common theme here is that there's an innocence in you that someone may have taken advantage of before, or there's an innocence within you that someone may have wanted for themselves, or there is something about you that was harmless. And people wanted to get their hands on you, but it's because of that this energy is protecting you, and they don't want anyone. That's the reason why. That makes so much sense. It's because you're divinely anointed, and because you have seen pain, because you have been experiencing pain, because there may have been a really bad breakup, because there may have been something going on in your relationship. What they're telling me to tell you is that you are marked, but you are marked for good. And at this point in time, moving forward, no one will ever come to harm you again, because there will always be cataclysmic repercussions and consequences. That's essentially what I'm hearing, is that you've been through enough as it is. I just heard gaslighting. Like, you may have been gaslighted a lot, or you may have been someone who did the gaslighting out of a need to survive, out of a need to keep yourself safe. I do feel like, regardless of that though, I do feel like there is a sense of forgiveness that your guides are giving to you, because it's unfortunate, and I'm not making excuses for nobody. What I am saying though is that I'm going to give you the message that is coming through, and what's coming through is that some of you guys have been taken advantage of, and you felt the need to do this out of survival. It is unfortunate. Your ancestors experienced that as well. Your ancestors experienced having to hide, having to lie, having to conceal, having to cross, I just heard for some of you it's cross borders to escape something that was going on in your life, or to return home somewhere is what I'm hearing, like to go home to something that was rightfully yours, and so you had to conceal. It's so interesting because it's so wild how this is coming through right now, and it's so wild. So I don't know if you guys have ever read that book called Esperanza Rising back in like elementary school, I believe it was. Esperanza Rising, Esperanza means hope, by the way, I believe. So Esperanza Rising was about this girl who ended up like she kind of grew up like pretty fast, if I'm not mistaken, because her papa had, passed away because he, some unfortunate events. And then she ended up having to like work and things like that. I believe it happened like, it was like around her quinceañera, I believe. And she ended up like having to grow up pretty quickly. And there was something about avocados, like how in the book, I think it was her tia. I don't remember if it was her tia or her madre. Sorry. I don't remember if it was her tia or her mom. But in the book, I remember her hands were like splinted or whatever. And I believe like someone had her kind of rub avocado on her hands and whatnot to soothe them and to moisturize them and whatnot. I don't know why I'm saying you work with avocados to help to moisturize your face, your body, or work with avocados, period. Because avocados do connect you to the womb space, and avocados are actually very nourishing for the womb, for the divine feminine. And they are also very nourishing and very fatty. So it does help to, if for some of you, if you're trying to gain weight, you want to eat more. For those of you that want to lose weight, eat less, I guess. I don't know, whatever you're called to do. But there's something about avocados, and there's something about the softness and the womb space. And it also could have everything to do with you expressing your divine feminine. And so your guides are saying also that they want you to start working deeper with your divine feminine, as the divine feminine archetypes are working with you as well, to protect yourself. But not only that, lean into that innocence, lean into that beauty, lean into that soft presence, because that also is you. For some of you, you may have had a very rigorous background, a very rigorous upbringing. For some of you, you may have been you may have been in a lot of fights. You may have had to constantly exert the strength to protect your divine feminine. And what Spirit is saying is that I really want you, honestly, to lean deeper into your divine feminine. So right now, you may be called to work with either a divine feminine oil. No, you guys, I'm not just saying that because I have them in the Ethereum. I really do not want you guys to believe that. If you do, I cannot stop you from believing that, but please know that I am channeling. I have these things for a reason, and this is the reason, okay? After this video, I'm not going to say it again, respectfully, okay? I just really want you guys to know that I'm not trying to get you guys to buy anything. I don't sell anything. I do offer, okay? That's not what this is about. I just wanted to mention that. So essentially what I'm saying is that you may want to work directly with divine feminine energy, and there are herbs that you can use to work with. It depends on what you want to do. If you wanted to attract, you may want to work with catnip mixed with some rose or some cardamom and things like that, maybe even cinnamon, right? You may want to do a love spell. For others of you, you don't want to do that. What you want to do is work with this, the darker aspect of the divine feminine, the darker aspect, or you may want to lean into your softness. With that, I do have a special blend that I'm not going to share over the internet because I don't want people taking it and being like, oh, I made this. Yeah, no, you didn't. You lying. You lying. No, you didn't. But basically what I will do is that I will say that if you want to strengthen and empower your divine feminine right now, you can definitely work with rose. You can work with juniper berries. You can work with any of those to help to strengthen your divine feminine and whatnot. I just heard the word thorns. You might want to work with thorns and like protective magic. You definitely want to do work with thorns. For others of you, it's some type of rite that you want to do. And I'm hearing like water rites, and it makes so much sense. It's water rites and earth rites because they're wanting you to use these cleansing waters to not only baptize yourself, but to surrender to your intuitive gifts, to surrender to divine healing waters. They want you to work, for some of you, and I believe, let me know if this is you. I believe there was a reading that I did where I think I channeled something about like a river or something like that. I believe someone commented about that and said that they resonated. If you're listening to this message, they're saying something about seashells. I don't know if you yourself, if you're listening to this, want to go to like a beach and go collect seashells, or if you want, I just heard like river rocks, or if you want to go to a river and collect like river rocks. There's something about you doing that, or like collecting something where you get from a body of water. It could be maybe you want to take a cup of sand home. I don't know why they're saying that, but they want you to bring something from the river or from the ocean or from the lake. They want you to bring something, right? And it's so interesting because the things that I mentioned are dealing with earth and water. So they're wanting you to merge these two for some reason. And I feel like the reason why is because when you're working with earth energy, that's you actually doing the practical aspect of it. It's you becoming the embodiment of this divine femininity. So you could be in a space in your life where you're learning how to honor that. You're learning how to embody that. You're maybe getting your hair done in a certain way. You may be, changing your appearance in a certain way to help to help you like exude this more divine feminine essence of you. I don't know, it could be whoever it may be for, but also, like I was saying at the very beginning, is that there was something about your divine feminine deities. I'm seeing like a blue being, and it really is connecting me to India. So this 100%, this is connecting me to India for sure. I don't know a lot about the gods and the goddesses there. Like, I don't know a lot about that because that's not, what I do get into. I do get into the symbolism of some of them, of course, but in this instance, I'm not seeing anything that I recognize. I know that some of you may or may not have a connection to Kali, but there's just like this divine mother. The divine mother sees you. Some of you do have a connection to serpents. And I do feel like your ancestors and these feminine energies do come to you in these forms because they're wanting you to be empowered. But there's something about you also showing empowerment by being empowered through exuding your softness. Like, there's something very specific about that they're wanting you to get into, that they're wanting you to express more. They're wanting you to do a dance under the moon, under moonlight, outside. Like, they're saying, I want you outside. Like, if you can be naked, that's a plus. You know what I mean? But if you could, like, I'm not saying go out here and do some, illegal stuff. If you're a part of the United States corporation, I'm not telling you to do that. But what I am saying is that wherever you can be in a safe space where people won't be watching you being inappropriate, for lack of better terms, this is YouTube. So if you may want to be in a space that is enclosed and safe. If you're gonna, do things like that, always be safe. Always, always, always. And yes, always inviting your ancestors. Always honor your guides, whatnot. Allow them into that space so that they can watch over you and things of that nature. But there's something very deep and specific about being protected. There's something. Oh, I'm seeing an elephant now. It's so wild. The matriarch. Okay, matriarchal energy. So there's something about you also being and stepping into this more matriarchal type of vibration because you have seen, you have done, and you remember. It's interesting because elephants are so amazing and majestic. I feel that they are the embodiments or our animal counterparts that remind us that we ourselves are on the path of remembrance. The reason why I keep saying that is because I'm speaking in terms of the Saiyonan path, the Saiyonan path is a path that is rooted in divine feminine intuition and intelligence. It is here to help you return to wholeness, and it is here to help you return to yourself outside of the fracturing. The fracturing meaning your suffering or whatever you experienced that has made you feel fractured and depleted and just, broken apart and things of that nature. So that's what that's about. And I truly believe, honestly, myself, that we are all walking the path of remembrance because that's really what this is all about. We're all remembering and we're all going to return home. And I do believe, truly, side note here, I'm going to be talking about this in a different video, but I do believe that the universe is fracturing. It's also reflected in our own fracturing, whereas the universe had to fracture, right? All these fractals that create this reality, right? It needed a multiplicity of something to experience itself. And I do believe that fracturing is represented in our own fracturing, where we are whole, we are this being, we are who we believe we are. And it's not until we are tainted by the world, it's not until we have these conversations and we go through these different hardships and these traumas and whatnot that we too become fractured. But then it's all about putting the pieces together. That's why there's a resonance with certain things. That's why there is a resonance with things that we see in our reality with people. And when we answer the call and whatnot, we allow ourselves to align with what we resonate with, which helps us put the pieces back together. It basically creates the lines that connect the stars, that create the constellation that leads us back home. And that's what I'm feeling, and that's what I'm seeing right now for whatever reason. So yes, that's essentially what I wanted to say. And that's the channel. Like, I feel like there's nothing else that I need to say right now. So maybe I'll pull a card. Let's see what card we get. I'll work with Tarot of the Divine. Let me go ahead and see what card we have. Okay. Oh, speaking of earth energy, come on now, somebody. We have the Queen of Pentacles. I love that. The Queen of Pentacles is here. We also have here the Six of Cups. Hold on, you guys. Let me fix that. Six of Cups. And Divine, do we have anything else before we go? Thank you guys so much for hanging in there and tuning in to this with me. Oh, wow. You have the Death card as well as the Page of Cups. All right. So the last messages that we have here. I just heard return to something and you want to tend to it. So this has everything to do with the fact that there 100% is this breakthrough that is essentially going to happen regardless. There is something that you're entering, like it's something that you're saying goodbye to, obviously, but you're also entering into a new life. But this new life, right, that you're entering into is actually you returning to something sacred. It's you returning to something that you had your heart set on, that you were passionate about, that you were excited about, that you were learning, that you were putting your whole heart into because you saw and you felt a resonance to it, and you're returning back to that. It could have something to do with what you did as a child. It could have everything to do with the fact that you have been remembering these things. They may have been coming up for you. Whatever gift that you put down, Spirit is asking for you to return to that, and you really want to tend to it, and you really want to get into mastery. This is where you start to master your craft. This is where you really start to master how you choose to show up for it. This is where you choose to say, I'm going to tend to this child. You may be someone who was tending to an actual child, or you may be tending to your child, which would be your work. It could be your hobbies. It could be your storefront. It could be a project. You have the Judgment card here. So with the Judgment card, sorry about that, you guys. So with the Judgment card coming out here, I do feel like it's one of those things like you just don't have to second guess it. Like there is no second guessing. You don't need to second guess. You don't have to wonder, is this really for me? Yes, it is for you. Why would I give this to someone else when you are so perfect for this role? Spirit is asking, like, why would I give this to someone else when you are the perfect one to do this? I do feel like this is Spirit's reminder of you not having to second guess it. But if you were to go back on this, you are going to be faced with this again. The Judgment card is coming up as God asking you, what choice are you making? Like that's essentially what I'm getting from this. What choice are you making and why? It's basically where it's like Moses in the burning bush. Like that's the vibe I'm getting with this one. I find that to be very metaphorical. But anyway, so basically it's like this Moses in the burning bush where you receive this revelation, or you receive this call from God. You receive something that sets you on the path. And I feel truly, oh my God, this has everything to do with this Pisces full moon that we have coming up on September 7th. It's where the voice of God meets you and you answer it, and then you go forth with that and you devote yourself to it. I feel like I'm going to put a pin in that because I feel like I'm going to make that into another video. I may or may not, I'm not sure, but that's the vibration that I get with that. And then the last card here is the Seven. Exactly. You don't need to second guess it. It came up in reverse actually. Seven of Pentacles in reverse says you don't need to second guess it. You don't need to. There could be something that you overlooked, or there could be something that you're overlooking. Spirit, is there anything that anyone is overlooking or that they're second guessing? Can you please let me know what that is? Eight of Cups, whether you should go or not. Yes, absolutely. Because what I'm hearing is that you have to follow your heart on this one. You have to follow your heart on this one. Nothing comes to a dreamer but a dream. Nothing comes to a dreamer but a dream. You have to embody it. This is you becoming the full embodiment of it. And the most sensual and the most feminine aspect, period. Period. Embrace yourself. Embrace the things that you love. Embrace yourself, your body. Embrace these things. Embrace these different aspects of you, because when you do that and you embody them, that is when you'll start to manifest everything you truly do want. And it's not just about manifesting. It's also about raising your consciousness, expanding your consciousness outside of needing anything at all. Okay? Yes. Oh my goodness. I love that. You have the lovers. Love it. The fact that the lovers card is topping off the reading, it lets me know that whatever decision you make sure that you're doing it with sound judgment. Make sure that you are doing it with divine instruction, and make sure that you are doing it because you know that it is in alignment with you. Not out of duty, but out of devotion. It's not an obligation. It is an offering. And that's exactly what's coming through for this time now. So yes. Thank you so much for spending time with me here tonight. If you need anything from me, you can visit me online over at the Saiyonanpath.org. You guys can also follow along with me over on Instagram at the Saiyonan Path and at Magic of Eden. Thank you so much for subscribing to this YouTube channel, because I'm going to be giving you guys a lot more messages. I'm going to be showing my face a lot more. I'm going to be giving you guys a lot more readings. Y'all gonna get these readings whether you want to or not. I'm just kidding. But anyway, yes. And also, I'm going to give y'all some poetry. So y'all going to get it all, honey. I am not hiding it. I am not going to keep just not allowing myself to express myself in that way. I spent so much of my time boxing myself in a lot. And now I'm in a space where I'm just really happy to be sharing every last aspect of it, whether it be the teaching, whether it be the, you know, the performances. We going to figure it out, and we going to figure it out together. So yes, make sure that you leave me a comment down in the comment section, because I love when you guys leave me love notes. I love that. It makes me feel really good. Lets me know that you guys actually find value in what I'm saying. And yes, send this video to a friend, to a family member, or whoever you believe can benefit from it, or whoever you believe would resonate with it. Check out the Ethereum, where I do handcraft and offer you guys my Saiyonan essentials. If you feel like you want me to take you down memory lane, or if you want me to help you with any services and whatnot, let me know. I will make sure to leave links to that down in the comment section. I love you guys, and I will catch you in my next video.